Okay, so family, black-owned business. These are three things that are very critical to our heritage and our race. Okay, whether people want to know this or people want to, ignore it and all this shit, but some of us are realizing that the money that we spend, let's think about it. Think about it. Think about it. When you're looking at a dollar bill, are you looking at yourself? No, you ain't looking at yourself. You're looking at another race. Come on, man. The structure and the system is not built for us. We keep devaluing ourselves as if money brings us value. And it doesn't. Money does not bring us value. It doesn't at all, period. It's the resources of this planet that gives us value. And it seems as though we're not able to protect it. We're not good protectors. We're off our jobs. One reason, okay, we keep claiming Africa as our home. Duh. Come on, seriously. Africa is not our home. The earth is. The whole fucking planet is our home. Okay? So, with that being said, we have invaders that are actually invading this planet. They have already done it. They have already planted their own seeds. They have already terraformed their own thing. They got a lot of shit going on. Even us, even me period. I'm a what you call a breed. Like I've been bred. Once they have taken the original earthlings and stolen their seeds and spread them all over the damn planet, we become mixed breeds. A lot of black people ain't gonna really want to understand that, but it's true. It's very true. You're not gonna see too many original earthlings. Why? It's because they hiding. they see what's going on, and they waiting for the savior. And I could dig that. But until then, I would not be surprised to see our bloodline pretty much eradicated. I have to say it. Once that button hits, and once the savior comes, it's gonna have to be a cleansing. Once that cleansing happens, it's either you're voluntarily or you're going against the grain, which has been happening for so many centuries now that, going against the grain is what is the effect of what you see today. Wars, people shooting, weapons are being made for mass destruction. All types of shit that goes against free living or just living beautifully. Right now, at this moment, at this point, you can't discuss this with people. It's not a discussion. Why? Because there's so many factors that stop this discussion from happening. For one, people like their living. Most people love their, quote, comfortable living situation. They don't mind being separated from others to make themselves look wealthy. Quote, they look wealthy. Just because somebody here doesn't have what you have, and you claiming that you have, worked so hard to get this, you have put in so much blood, sweat, and tears to get this shit, and it's all materialistic, and it really doesn't belong to you. But it's just funny how people act. How this pans out. People claim that they're wealthy, and they don't realize that Your wealth is coming from stolen shit. It is. It's all stolen. It's all taken by force. You know, every time you go into the earth and you have to create a tool to dig inside of it, pull it up, that's something that you don't really understand. Universally, that is theft. Okay, that is true theft. And in this world, I mean, like this country as we know it now, they have laws and shit against theft. But they stole everything in this place. I mean, they stole everything on this land. Everything on this land has been terraformed and stolen. And then you trying to put paperwork on top of it to keep the spell going. Oh my God. Listen, black families, okay? It's time, in order to make things better, whether you want to or not, whether you think it's going to work or not, you have to pull together. Pull your resources together. Pull your money together. Pull your love together. You have to pull together. If there's a statistic that says there are more black men in jail, why aren't you rising up? Why aren't you looking into this? Because you see the system is going against everything that's natural about this black man. I mean, nature plays against the law. Duh. So why aren't we pulling together and trying to figure out how do we keep these men free? How do we keep the system from winding us up? And we have already integrated so fucking much, so deep that it's hard to come out of and it's hard to see. It's hard to see any damn thing. You know what I'm saying? You sit in an award show and you're receiving an award for what? Among the integrated, you're receiving this award for best black person, for being the best version that you could be of a black person to make others rich. Because that's exactly what it is. I mean, if Denzel Washington wins a Grammy and he has made $40 billion or $40 million on one movie, who do you think? He don't get all that money. He does not get all that money. And in fact, he may get 35%. And then his white agent and his manager, 15%, 10%. Seriously? The money, the currency that we are using as blacks, are very detrimental even to our health. Okay? It's detrimental to our health. And then let me give you one thing. I'm not prejudiced. I'm just a realist. Okay? Have you noticed that every 50 years, there's a disease that always tries to kill off white people? Have you noticed that? The information is there. The information is right there. You can look on your phone and pull this information up. Timeline it. That's all you have to do is timeline it. You can see the timeline. It's right there on your phone. If you pull it up and you look at this timeline, you do not see Africa going through or blacks going through. You see majority of Europeans, and it's called natural ratification. And they've been fighting this ever since they've been created. And just like we were created here in America, they were created in Asia, in Africa. Believe it or not. But I just want to break something off just to get it off my mind. And, it's a lot more. But, I just want to say that, So, spend your money. Spend it within each other. Give it to each other. Don't just spend it with each other. We need to give it to each other. Just like they do. I mean, come on, think about this. when they doing these raggedy ass auctions, okay, these worthless ass pieces of junk they present to each other, and then they put a price on it. And because they have the money to spend, they're gonna give the money to you. Okay? It could be a raggedy ass, old ass piece of junk. And they will say, hey, this is worth such and such. Like Pickers. The goddamn the show Pickers. Where these guys walk on just in random in somebody's yard and they see some junk and they buy it. What do you think they're doing? They're spreading the wealth among each other. But we don't do that. We don't do that at all. We're stuck on fucking Jordans, no value at all. We're stuck on shoes. We're stuck on clothes. We're stuck on all this bull crap that we don't have. We don't make. We don't create value in. Like this stuff is you understand what I'm saying. And those who have ears, let them hear. Those who have eyes, let them see. Those who have a mouth, let them speak. You do not have to have a fucking degree to get on YouTube to speak your mind. Okay, you really don't. You do not have to listen to somebody with a higher degree at all, because sometimes they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. You know why? Because most person who has a high degree are regurgitating shit that they didn't already heard from somebody who didn't have a fucking degree. I mean, goddamn. So, and that's it. That's all I want to say. I'm done.